Steven Tyler's in the shit, so let's read a little bit of his book called Does the Noise in My Head Bother You? A Memoir by Steven Tyler. I'm going to cut to chapter 12. It's titled Where You End and I Begin Again. The Goddess. I should be alone, without girlfriend or significant other. And when I need my love, go to a fair, go to a mall. I used to say to my wife, Jesus Christ, I get more love from a fucking stranger on the corner than I get from you. Are you tired of me? Oh, I'm tired of you and you always being angry. Tired of me being angry. I'm angry for a reason. You always have reasons. True. But I'm supposed to turn into a Stepford husband? Good morning, you look so beautiful. I'm glad you have such nice hair. And your teeth, that face, you look so good. Lovely to see you again. Bye. Ding. Next morning. Oh, wow, you haven't changed a bit. You look so young. Ding. It's easy to get accolades from kids on the street, but from your exes, forget it. And even when they weren't exes, instead it was. Why do you look at the women like that? That's what I do for a living. I've never had a relationship with a woman who really trusted me. I'm this guy on stage with this outrageous, larger-than-life persona. A persona designed to be over the top, out there, and nasty. Any woman who had ever acknowledged that I would have put that fire out immediately if they said what they knew to be true. I knew you were gonna fuck all those women. Never did they acknowledge that side, ever. But if I fucked anything, it was that fucking inquisition. Even when I just kissed another girl. You're disgusting. Why did you kiss that girl? I kissed her on the cheek. Oh, why would you do that? 'Cause out there, I was in the moment. Do I have to explain everything I do in my performances? Should I explain yet another thing I do out there so that you can try to take a piss out of my performance at night? I didn't fuck her, for Christ's sakes. But even at 50, after going through 2 marriages, I didn't have enough brains to go, wow, well, this is so over, and end things with Teresa. I had beautiful Chelsea and Taj, and I had wanted my dream to go on. I'd been in a band most of my life. And if you live like that, you don't have normal things happen to you, like weekends. Rock stars don't get weekends. Time when you stop being the guy on the lip of the stage. When I had kids at home, I'd think, I gotta get up early, like other fathers, mow the lawn, take out the trash. When I'd fuck up, I'd feel bad and call Joe Perry, who doesn't have to get up till 1:30. I'm a rock star, he'd say. Have you forgotten who you are? Compared to most men who come home every night to their wives and their kids and all that delicious everydayness of normal life, I'm at a disadvantage. Oh yeah, the whole rock star business combined with the basic male impulse of wanting to fuck anything that moves does put a kink in the ideal domestic bliss of the death till us part thing. I would Google down the girls at the front row with the tight tank tops and their nipples sticking out like rocket boosters, because that's my job. My job on stage is to be sexy. That's what I am. It's the equivalent of me saying to my wife, why are you such a whore in bed? To which she'd say, well, it's only in the bedroom. Well, with me, it's only on stage. Well, no, it isn't. You're looking at them out there in the parking lot too. I am? So now I'm bad for being naughty on stage, bad for flirting with girls at home, bad for arguing with her about it. Everything to do with women is a negotiation because it's based on sex. Your boss can tell you, shut up, suit up, show up, suit up, shut up. But you can't exactly say that to a woman you want to fuck tonight. In this world, its size doesn't matter and sex isn't anything. But then why is cheating in a marriage the final straw? And by the way, fuck is no longer one word. It's fuck. Or fuck, you're gorgeous. It is so expensive. It is fuck. It's funny, getting married, it's all I, Betty, take Joe, better or worse, death or sickness. Excuse me. Did you say better or worse? And then you divorce him? Didn't you take a vow? Weren't we supposed to learn compassion and forgiveness from the Pope? Didn't the Pope once go visit the guy in the hospital who shot him? So how come I can't go home? Why would a man and a woman who call themselves soulmates ever leave each other over something as frivolous as sex? The wife, in the high-pitched voice, says, "Well, 'cause it's deeper than that, Stephen. It's really a trust issue. And that means if I fuck around, you can take all the money out of my account and sell all the animals?" Excuse me, but what does a hand job have to do with my bank account? Suddenly they've forgotten everything except the laundry list of what they don't like about you. As soon as I left Teresa, I became sexually active. Sad to say, but everyone said, "Wow, you seem so happy now." And I thought, hell yeah, I can go into this character breakfast at Disney World now, whereas in the past, someone didn't want to go, or whatever it was you like to do and she doesn't, or vice versa. Your girlfriend, your wife, they're supposed to be your soulmates, but you really never know. When you're in therapy and you find out that you often do things in life out of necessity, naturally, I didn't want to hear that. There comes a time in a man's life when he realizes he's not getting any younger. I think I'll marry this girl. And if you tell her she's your soulmate, she'll love you even more. Hey, we like to go raise goats together, live in the country, eat brown rice, pet the old donkey. And isn't it funny how we both found out that we both like? And then day one, she catches you fucking someone else, and it's, I never did like that fucking donkey. You and your fucking donkey, you and your fucking chickens. I never fucking liked them, and I'm bummed out that you never sensed that I never fucking liked them. And you go, oh my God, but I thought we were soulmates. Fuck you and your soulmate shit. And in a second, they're gone. And in a fucking heartbeat, any guy that's caught fucking suddenly everything that their wife loved them for, gone. Behind every great rock star, there's a great rock star's wife. Drop dead gorgeous, walking around in a thong, the kind of gorgeous woman you jerked off to in Playboy. But after 2 hours in a room with her, you'd lose your mind. She's belittling the rock star, humiliating him. You wonder how the rock star could be with her, because men are imprinted. They just want to get laid. It's a slamming thing. Why does the guy who's the president of the bank want to suck on a high-heeled spike when she's smacking him on the ass with a riding crop that's leaving welts? I'm half man, half woman. Most men are 80% man. Woohoo, woohoo-hoo, like an ape. There's not a lot of female emotion evoked in many males. My generation grew up in a John Wayne world, the macho cowboy or the GI thing. I don't want anyone to touch my bitch. I don't want anyone to touch my female. What a crazy fucking thing that is. I'm all male ego run riot. Gazoom. I like to jerk off. I like to come. Who gives a fuck what gets you off? Gays love me. I walk into a room full of queens and go, oh, you found me. Still I go to tell them. Just don't even think about hitting on me. I'm a breeder and you know it. Gay sex just doesn't do it for me. I tried it one time when I was younger, but I just didn't dig it. The idea of some guy pulling my hair back, biting my ear, and shoving his whoop in my whoop doesn't appeal to me. Sex is the strongest force in the universe. Forget about the grand unifying theory, Stephen Hawking. I will tell you what it is. Women. Aren't women the strongest sex? What force is more magnetic than that? It's not just kitty. We're attracted to women for their energy. We're attracted to their fluidness. their ability to nurture a baby without even knowing how, to be able to put up with screaming and crying and colic and shitty diapers, where men would go, I'm fucking out here. I'm gonna kill my saber-toothed woolly mammoth and bring it home to eat tonight. Wah! We don't have tits. We couldn't nourish a gnat. Woohoo! Based on testosterone alone, guys are fucked. Most women can be a little nuts upstairs. But they're basically nurturers. And we're created to hunt. We're created to be Ted Nugent. For a million years we did the hunting. We didn't sharpen our spears and sign a contract. Kill the fucking animal. Blood, guts, blurt. That's why women crawled back into the cave and had their babies, so the male wouldn't eat the baby. Animals do it. We're not far from that. There's something going on. In all of our fightings, we have not been able to find the cranial capacity to go from the monkey brain to ours. It kills me. It just kills me. Very rarely will you find a compassionate man who will say, I'm sorry, or cry. Hell, you join the women doing that? What are you, a faggot? You're gay? Be a man. I mean, wow, I'd rather be gay if that's what gay is. Smell the flowers, like to suck on my thumb, cry, smile big. We keep the vagina hidden. It's too strong in our society. Jesus and Mary Magdalene, it says, and he kissed her. And the rest is scratched out. He kissed her, what? Her lips? Her hand? We all know what the Holy Grail was. It was a vagina. Now that's really mystical. Those guys, the Knight Templar, were looking in the chalice, like that scene in Basic Instinct where Michael Douglas can't look at Sharon Stone's kitty, and they go into a swoon. What do you mean the chalice was gold and rubies? Please. Whatever the God force is, it certainly isn't a golden box. Gold we made. Heaven and hell we invented. Put that in the gold box. Fucking A. Women are different. They can have babies. They can nurture. Nurturing is a part of women's DNA. But what about remembering anniversaries? Is that part of their genetic makeup too? Even tough chicks, like my girlfriend, Erin Brady, get sentimental and pissed when you don't remember. Last time I was in England with Erin, I got in trouble for that. We were doing an English equivalent of the Grammys. Oasis was playing that night. Well, unfortunately, the big night was also Erin's birthday and her anniversary or something. See, I'm already in trouble now because I don't remember which one it actually was. Whatever it was, I realized it along the way, or something told me. A little flag went up in my mind. Oh my God. I called the hotel and said, give her some flowers. But she got it in her head that I took the flowers off a counter and they otherwise hadn't actually come from me, which, in a way. Erin, you gotta understand, I'm getting ready to do the Grammys. My head was in the clouds. I don't know what I'm doing, let alone say happy birthday, or was it our anniversary? Hey, I probably even messed it up on the apology. Listen, I miss my own kids' birthdays, I told her. Never mind what day it is. Well, not with me, I think she said. Finally, I go. Oh, okay. We broke up for only 10 minutes that day. When I started to make money, I said to Teresa, you know what, honey? Go buy whatever you want. And she said, really? I can? Like we can? Like a house? And she said, oh, they forgot all that. And then when I come home and say, look, honey, I was a little nasty on tour. It's, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you fucking mean? Why did I tell her? Probably because I'm a fucking idiot. Oh, I know what happened. I was in rehab. I was sober. I was trying to be honest about everything. In rehab, they were telling me, well, you should tell her. Knock, knock, knock. In rehab, they were telling me, well, you should tell her, but it's not me that's saying you should. I took their advice, unfortunately. It's that word, but. When they say to me, but it's not me that's telling you to do it. I should have known better. But is a very scary word. It'll get you every time. You know what my uncle said about the word but? It stands for the basic underlying truth is to follow. So when you go, I didn't tell him, but it means you did tell him. And when you go, I told him, but it means you didn't tell him. Isn't it a crazy coincidence? Or is it fate that my ex-wife Teresa is a twin and my girlfriend is also a twin? Maybe those 7-year-olds from the choir had something to do with it. When I was younger, if I ever ran into twins, I'd say, how about me and your sister getting together? By the way, if I were on Oprah right now, I'd say, is there anyone out there with a twin sister? Email my website tomorrow. Let me know. Oh yeah, I don't have an email. Of course, me being me, I did ask Teresa about a threesome with her sister Lisa for years and got so smacked down. I may have asked Teresa's sister Lisa one too many times. But honestly, don't you think twins get that a lot? It's like the thing to do, or no? I once wrote a song about Teresa and its sister. It's called Push Comes to Shove. Looky here, baby, I'm talking about you without a doubt. Your sister's looking mighty thin. Me and the boys know where you've been. I sing it like Tom Waits. Women love me because I sing good, because I'm a rock star, because I'm Steven Tyler. You may say, well, hell, what's wrong with that? What's the big deal about being loved for yourself anyway? And at the end of the day, does it matter that I got laid tonight because the girl's known me for about 10 years and loves Aerosmith? Dream On is her favorite song, so she fucked me. Unfortunately, she's home telling all her friends, guess who I fucked? And sometimes that sucks. Of course, I'm not going to get any sympathy in that department. I just have no life. I didn't have time to see Chelsea and Taj, let alone go visit. I couldn't because there was so little time, and because I do this. Even show my throat got strained. Every show my throat got strained. My skin, my feet, my back is pulled and twisted. I am the whirring front man of Aerosmith, their golden goose. At the end of the night, I ache. I can't talk. The rest of the band, they can wake up and they're fine. They don't use themselves as an instrument. They can claim aches and pains, so they can be in the aches and pains club too once I start squeaking. Hell, everyone likes to bitch about how wasted and sore and shattered they are. But they can go home on their day off. My wife would see Joe home, call me up. Why didn't you come home? And once that starts, it's the beginning of the end, because I do day on, day off to rest my voice. And when I start to explain to her in my creaky voice, does she melt and say she understands? I'd be in the Midwest and call home and say, guess who's here tonight? Jimmy Page. Yeah, and I'm here alone. Hope you're having fun. I'd kick the phone and go, fuck. They say that female brain is different than the male brain, and I can fucking believe it. Sometimes I'm so ashamed to be male around women. Men are FM, fucking and money, and women are, psychosexually multi-tracked. We're still in mono. That's why we're all confusing to us. I mean, we're just sort of like, hey, I like that. I want that. But they can be both sides of the same question within 2 seconds. It's like David Honeyboy Edwards and the old Mississippi blues singer used to say that you can't ever win an argument with a woman. Dogs don't remember. They act by rote. They don't even know why they're doing it. When we're in a room full of pussy, do guys instinctively go, like the Neanderthals we are? Do we, I mean, I don't know. I want to talk about women. I want to sing that. I want to sing to them. I do my lounge lizard act, anything to get through. To her, the one, the girl that I've missed, decipher this, baby. Riding into town alone, by the light of the moon, I'm looking for old Susie Jones. I'm looking for old Suki Jones, the Crazy Horse Saloon. Barkeep, give me a drink. That's why she caught my eye. She turned to give me a wink. Then make a grown man cry. I feel like the vertigo of being alone. I'll be working a room, talking to people, joking, telling them stories. They're looking at me. And what they see in this Steven Tyler entity, I begin to think of myself in the third person, which is kind of existential hell. And anybody I know that said the same thing, the one person that I wanted to say it to me, and she left me. So it's really lonely being who the fuck I am. If you want me to read more of the style of Steven, if you want me to read more of the Steven Tyler book, leave a like in the comments, and we'll go back to it. Maybe starting at chapter 1. Love you. Bye.